There are two things that they don't want us to know. Number one is obvious that everybody actually already knows. They are stealing everything, stealing our content. Adobe basically admitted for stealing our content. Instagram basically admitted for stealing our content. OpenAI basically admitted stealing our content. But on the bright side, what do they give us back in return? They give us permission to pay $19.95 for it every single month. And what are these companies giving us? They are giving us Amazon shops that are supposedly AI. No employees, no human beings. It's all AI. But what is it really? It's people from India behind the screen scanning everything, calculating everything, connecting everything, counting everything. What are these artificial incompetent companies giving us? Well, according to The Guardian or some other newspaper, they are, in fact, giving us all of the private information of everybody on this planet, because apparently all of our phone numbers, all of our email addresses are part of the data set that you can just access with a couple of well-written prompts. Now, all of this information is just warm-up, because there is something else that they are hiding from you. There is something else that they don't want you to know. They've been hiding it from us for the last hundreds of years. AI is hundreds of years old. Let me explain what I mean by starting off with the Zeppelin era. It all starts with a guy who looks at a helium balloon and thinks by himself, wow, if this would be bigger, that would be amazing. And so the Zeppelin is born. And it doesn't take long before newspapers and companies start to go nuts. They start to imagine the future with Zeppelins. Zeppelins, the future of air travel. And not just that, oh no. Zeppelin cinemas, Zeppelin tennis courts, Zeppelin castles, Zeppelin everything, hotels in the sky, connected with bridges, and oh my god, Zeppelin cities! The sky people will be born! Let's go real life Avatar! The rich people will live in the sky and the poor people will live in the mud. And what happens? It takes one Zeppelin to catch fire for the whole dream to die out. Everything is gone. No Zeppelins anymore. Nobody is flying in Zeppelins. Nobody is going on Zeppelins hotels. The whole thing was made up. It was all bullshit. This is what companies do. This is what newspapers do. They see a particular new technology, like for example AI, and they will make up a future that doesn't exist. It's not real. There is no such thing as an AI future. The reality of the matter is that progress is not real. Progress is made up. Everybody in society nowadays believes that progress is happening faster than ever before. And it's absolutely unbelievable. Look at what we have. The internet. Oh my god, the internet is so amazing. Unbelievable what the internet can do. But if we really take a look at it, what is it? The best invention of the 21st century. What is the best invention of the 21st century? Well, we are now able to buy wine on the internet instead of buying it in a shop where we could have tasted it as well. That's it. The internet is a lesser version of a library with lesser quality. We have exchanged the quality of library information with the convenience of low-level internet information. We have exchanged quality for convenience. It's not an evolution, it's just different. That's what it is. It's just different. The iPhone companies want you to believe that the iPhone 17 is better than the iPhone 16. And the reality is that it's just the same goddamn phone. Congratulations, now you have 11 cameras instead of 10 cameras. Unbelievable evolution. It's just the same phone. Adobe wants you to believe that the 2025 Adobe Premiere Pro package is way better than the 2024 package, but it's just the same. It's just more bugs than the pirated version that you can get for free. That's it. There's no actual evolution. The difference between HD on movies and 4K on movies is nothing. There is no evolution. It's all made up. It's all one big made up scam to make sure that people buy more stuff. It's just created by businesses to get money out of your pockets. That's it. Elon Musk has been selling self-driving cars for the last 10 years. Unbelievable self-driving cars, wow! And how many self-driving cars do we have on the roads? 0. None. It's not real. It doesn't actually exist yet. Elon Musk, when he was selling his space shuttle car, the unbelievable, what's the name of the car? The unbelievable Cybertruck, the unbelievable AI Cybertruck. When he was selling that, he was selling it as laser wind wipers. It will have laser technology wind wipers. It laser away all of the water droplets or whatever. And now that we have it on the roads, which wind wipers are on there? Which like rain wipers? Just the regular ones. Just the ones that you can replace every 3 years. Just the ones that have been on cars for the last 30 years. Now, I used to believe that this was the fault of these business guys, these top level business guys that are just scamming us. They're just fooling us. They're just lying about everything. They're clickbaiting everything. They're lying by omission. They're changing their landing pages just to sell more product. But the reality is that this is capitalism. This is just a system that we've built. This is capitalism. In capitalism, you get rewarded for the promises that you make. The best promise wins. The best package wins. It's not the best product that wins. And the reality is that these business guys don't actually have a choice. Elon Musk doesn't have a choice. If you want to tackle the car industry with their monopolies and their super strong stuff that has been going on for decades, you only have one option. You only have one option. You can only promise the world that it's not actually possible. You can only promise laser wipers, even though all of your engineers say it's not possible and even though you believe it's not possible. And I know this to be true because the same goes on YouTube. When I started out on YouTube, I promised to myself that I would never clickbait in any title whatsoever. The reality is that you don't have a choice. That's the reality. I figured out that you don't actually have a choice. This is how the media landscape works. You have to clickbait. You are getting rewarded for the clicks. The clicks are way too important. The click is more than 50% of the performance of a video. And so what do all these YouTubers do? They all clickbait, all of them. Even the ones that don't clickbait, they used to clickbait, and now that they have followers, they don't clickbait anymore. That's basically the same thing. And so you don't actually have a choice. This is how capitalism works. If I try to make my video titles as accurate as possible, nobody watches them. If I try to make them as sensationalized as possible, everybody watches them. Well, everybody, but also still nobody watches them, but more people watch them. And so you don't have a choice. The reality is that these AI companies also don't have a choice. They are tackling Google. Google is well established. Google is a monopoly, okay? It's a monopoly. And so how are you going to attack that? Well, you could say the truth. You could say the following thing. You could say, well, we have a tool that allows you to access the low-level database of the internet in a very interactive way with a language model that is all probability-based. It doesn't actually spit any truth, it's just probability based, and we will not develop AGI with that. We have no fucking clue if we will develop AGI with that. But it's cool, and it's stealing your data, and it's using your images and using your language to give you a cool little tool from 1995. That they could say that. Or what they could say instead is, oh my God, ladies and gentlemen of the globe, we have developed a tool that is more powerful than all of the nuclear weapons combined. That is going to extinct humanity because it's that crazy, it's that powerful. It will replace all jobs, everything, all of it. And on top of that, it will be smarter than all human beings on this planet combined. We will develop AGI. Yes, we will. And then we will also enable you to have a tool with which you can become a billionaire without employees and all of that for $19.95 a month. Which tool are you going to buy? Option number 1 or option number 2? Of course you're going to buy option number 2. This is what they need to say in order to have a chance to outperform Google. They are not being paid for being accurate and honest. They are being paid for having the best promise, for having the best package. What do all of the AI companies don't want you to know? They don't want you to know that society progresses as fast at the head as it diminishes at the tail. There is no progress. There is no progress. There just isn't any. In the 18th century, we had an artificial intelligence company that developed a robot, the automated chess player. A robot that defeated everyone. It was traveling through the world, and everybody that wanted to pay to play against the robot was able to do so. And then they would get crushed. Nobody could defeat it. Everybody thought it was artificial intelligence. Everybody celebrated it as the robot that was a genius, that was smarter than everybody else in the world. We have famous pictures of like world leaders, I think Genghis Khan or some other world leader, playing the automated chess bot and cheating and still losing because the bot was that good. And many decades later, after making an insane amount of money and the company leader dies, what do the historians discover? They discover that the company leader was paying top-level GM players to hide inside of the robot and pretend to be a robot. That's what they figured out. What are they doing today? The AI companies, Amazon, is doing the exact same thing. They are pretending that their shops are AI driven when in fact it's just people from India counting everything. It's the same trick. They are trying to play the same trick on us that they played in the 18th century, hoping that we don't remember. And that's just how it works. That's just capitalism. That's just capitalism. The truth is, you don't have to believe everything that I say. I absolutely don't have a clue what is going on. I don't know what is going to happen in the future. Some days I think there is no progress whatsoever. Other days I think AI might be the biggest evolution we will ever see. But either way, if it's a lie and there is no progress, or it's the biggest evolution we've ever seen, you still have to do the same thing. Number one, become jacked, because AI will never be able to replace jacked people. Number two, create art, because art is the only thing that matters. It's the only thing you have to do. Create something. Number three, make shitloads of money. Don't work a job, a 9-to-5 slave wage job that nobody wants, because money will forever help you out. And how are you going to do that as an artist? By checking out the artist formula I've developed to help artists like yourself out. We've talked about Instagram and other apps stealing all of our content, stealing all of our data. But there is a solution, a potential solution, the Kara app. I've made a video about it, link in the description and the end screen as well for the artist formula. That's it, get the hell out of here.